That's a nice little intro.
Catch
you on the rebound.
Shout out to Chris Hall.
Chris Hall, my boy. Yeah, see.
I hit Chris Hall.
Yeah.
I was like, I need an intro. Laid it down. Took like 10 minutes, bro.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, Chris Hall. C. Hall.
C. Hall. Yes, sir. Shout out to C. Hall.
Man.
Yep. Catch you on the rebound. Back. Got a special guest for y'all, my boy Johnathan Gray, Fort Worth Zone, one of the best running backs ever, definitely in Texas. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the all-time leading rusher in the state.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Kent Hall has a record out there, but who knows? There's so many records out there that was broke and almost
you broke a lot of them.
But yeah, right. Let's just say that.
Got it. You went down to UT.
Yeah.
Mac Brown,
Charlie Strong.
Okay.
A whole bunch of different position coaches.
Yeah.
2 ADs.
2 ADs.
Yeah. Man, we went through the ring. I always phrase it as 2 good years and 2 bad years. And not just because of the record, but just a transition. Okay. And how we transitioned and what was going on during those times.
Yeah.
2 good years, 2 bad years.
UT. I didn't really know that much was going on, man.
Yeah, man. There's a lot going on. But at the same time, it's, like I say, a learning curve, growing up, got a degree, made connections, made family friends, and, life moves on, man.
Yes, sir.
Grow up.
Yes, sir. So we grew up together, man, from Everman.
Yeah.
I got to see it live way back in the day. Yeah. Okay, from where you are now, just knowing from where you started, and obviously, like, your dad had a hell of a career himself. Right. Why you didn't go to Tech?
Man, it's just Tech wasn't the school I wanted to go to. I was born in Lubbock.
Okay. You were born in Lubbock?
I was born in Lubbock, yeah. And so I think we moved down here moved down to Fort Worth when I was, I want to say 4 or 5. Okay. And then my dad took a coaching job at Trimble Tech back at his high school. And I vaguely remember my childhood up there. Right. But as growing up, I was like, Tech, I don't really want to live down there.
You had UT.
Right.
In the Mac Brown era.
Right.
In the Mac Brown era.
And what's crazy is Tech was almost my last offer.
Okay.
So I was just like, I don't know where I want to go, but I know I don't really want to go to Tech. And my dad was like, well, talk to the coaches and see what they say. Yeah. And every time they call, I'm just like, man, I don't want to go. I'm not going there.
Who was the coach then?
Tuberville.
Okay, I remember Tuberville.
And so I went in and met and talked with them and stuff, but it was just like, it got this sense of he really didn't know his players at that time, and I was like, I don't want to go there for a coach that don't really know his players, and it just wasn't a good vibe there. So,
did you always want to go to UT?
No, I wanted to Reggie Bush, baby, USC.
I feel it.
I always wanted to go to USC and Reggie Bush. Yep. But as I got older and started to play in high school, it was just like, well, where do I really want to go where I can see myself actually playing and graduating and living and meeting connections, all that stuff. And I was like, well, UT's a good spot. We go down there for the tournaments, basketball tournaments, and then I played my sophomore year in state championship there. I was like, I really like Austin. I wish they would offer me.
Yeah. They hadn't offered you?
They hadn't offered me yet. And then I want to say by the end of my junior year or about the summer going into my junior year, that's when all the offers started coming.
What was the first offer you got?
Oklahoma.
OU?
OU. And so they offered me. And I was like, OU. I like OU. Yeah, Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray. And so I met those guys, and I was just like, oh, man. And then did well at their little, invitational high school camp deal. Okay. I was like, I really like OU. Yeah. And then, like I said, got older, and I was like, I really don't see myself.
Nothing in Oklahoma. It's nothing in Oklahoma if you don't know.
Norman, right. Not Norman. So UT offered me, and then TCU, and I was like, well, I don't really want to stay in Fort Worth. It's too much.
I felt the same way.
It's too much around where I can get in trouble.
Yep.
So let me, go a little bit ways away and where my parents can still come to games. And Texas was the best fit. And I loved every minute of it, all 4 years there.
UT. Yeah. Who was your host on your visit?
Oh, man, Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown.
Running back.
Okay, I remember Malcolm Brown.
He was my host, and that's when I met Malcolm, Jeremy Hills, DJ Monroe, all those guys. And, we had fun. They showed me around the city. And Yeah, kicked it. And then a lot of people that I played against were coming to two guys, Tim Cole and Malcolm Brown, and D tackle.
Okay.
That went to Brenham. They had already committed. And they were like, come on, Jay Gray, come on.
Yeah.
And so ended up committing there. And a lot of guys that I played against and played against, we all teamed up.
Did y'all play Brenham High School?
We did.
At Alito? Was Cortland there? Cortland Sutton?
I think so, yeah. I think so. They had Green, running back. I can't think of his name. And then they had, Edwards.
Okay.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had a dog team. To be honest, I don't know why they coach didn't keep going deep.
Yeah.
They could have beat us. But, played Brenham. And then, got a scholarship to the University of Texas.
Your favorite high school moment? All time.
Oh man, that's
championship.
That's crazy. Man, I don't really necessarily say championship.
No.
Championships are just like your hard work. To me, in my opinion, hard work after a long season and the end of the playoffs.
Got it.
And so at the end of the day, it's only two teams playing. You another team. So it's just put up and shut up. You already know what you need to do. It's just one game.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would say to be honest was when we played Denison. My sophomore year. Okay. They put a quick 21 piece on us. We threw
from the jump.
From the jump. I think we threw 2 pick sixes and then they scored, or we threw a pick six and they scored both times on a possession. And so we looking at each other like, ooh, and they had a couple D1 people that were going to TCU, Missouri. So they had a squad.
All right.
And so it was
playoffs?
This playoffs. This is third round, second round, one of them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I looked at Matt Bishop, my quarterback, and it's like, man, what we gonna do? We talking about we want to get a ring. We just got punched in the mouth. What we gonna do? And so that was the moment I saw the team and each player's eyes that rallied around and said, you know what? We know what we need to do. We some dogs out here. Let's go eat. Let's go hunt. And man, they turned around and my offensive line pushed the defensive line back into the end zone almost every time. So. We ended up coming back and blowing them out. And
from 21, y'all blew them out?
From 21, we blew them out. And
did they score again?
I think they scored one more time.
Okay.
And then I think we can score like 48 points. So we were somewhere in the 50 range, I think. Unanswered. But yeah, that's how I knew we had a team that could compete with anybody in the state of Texas.
Got you.
So yeah, that'd be my favorite high school.
That's a small town, real small town.
Yeah, I think so. Denison. Okay. Yeah, but they had some dogs.
Yeah,
they had some dogs. But yeah, that was my favorite moment. I would say
from Everman.
Bulldogs.
A lot of people don't know about the Bulldogs, man, but like so many people came from the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
I remember like just being on like the C team, looking up to the A team. Like we was looking at them like they was in the league. That's how I was, you know what I mean? Yeah. And seeing just like how D Money, B, and all them dudes like.
Man, you go see them practice, and it's like, is this a mini NFL team? They were practicing them all black jerseys. I was like, man, I want to be an Everman Bulldog.
Yeah,
I done grew up with these cats too, and they just some monsters.
Yeah.
So man, Everman Bulldogs was the squad.
Yeah. It could be a story about him.
Yeah, I think it could. They had so much talent. Then you had the Franklin brothers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they was. You talk about playing them. I know they beat us my freshman year.
Did they?
They knocked us out the second round.
Everman.
They had 2 defensive ends that ran like 4.5s.
Okay.
And they secondary was killer. And it was just like, man, what we up against?
That's tough.
So.
Tough. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So then we played them my sophomore year and ended up beating them, and that was the talk of the town because I was like, man, they good, but I think we better. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lay down like no punk.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up beating them, and that just sparked something different in our team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite football player? I mean, obviously it might be your dad. Outside of your dad.
Outside of my dad.
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
LT. Came to the city.
Yeah, man. He was a force. He could do it all. Okay. Catch out the backfield, pass protection, run the ball.
Okay.
Power, make you miss, speed. I mean, just everything. And so it's real good that I met him and got his autograph. He made it to the Hall of Fame. Yep. So yeah, he was my favorite running back.
So y'all were able to meet and kind of talk and establish a relationship.
Yeah, we talked and established a relationship when I was, I want to say, sophomore, junior in high school.
Okay.
And so, yeah, he's a good dude. Taught me a lot about the game and what I need to look out for outside of football and how to, manage myself and do other certain things and how to grow as a young adult. So, yeah, he gave me a lot of insight. So, yeah.
LT, doing this thing at TCU, boy. Heisman.
Heisman. Yeah, LT was the man.
Yeah.
He was the man.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
Flip the script, man. Yeah. So, obviously, like, this show is about mental health.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of that need to be talked about.
Yeah, and I had to kind of like find that out the hard way. Losing my dad.
Yeah.
They made me start speaking to therapists. I didn't really understand it, but long story short, it helped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It helped. Yeah. And just started sharing my story, started hearing other people hear how my story like helped them, their life. So
yeah, it's in the black community, it's that you just crazy. Yeah, you just go sit down
crazy.
there. Yeah, you crazy. Just go sit down there and gather your thoughts.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you don't need no therapist. You're all right. You'll be fine. And it's like, no, that's a real thing. Like, you need to sit down. And I think it starts at a young age.
You do think it starts at a young age?
Okay. That, like, the parents of how they treat the kids and what the kids are going through. Okay. And just getting into their mental aspect of life and just, like I said, seeing what they're going through, understand their pain. Like, young kids hurt. So just because you don't think as a parent, like, I didn't go through that, your kid could be going through that. And they actually need you to be a parent and sit down and talk with them. Not, hey, go down and sit down and you need to think about they don't know how. They don't have the tools. Right, be quiet. They don't have the tools and they're not equipped. Okay. So, in my opinion, I think some of it starts in a young age. And, like I said before, we was talking previously, some of that is due to chemically imbalanced, being born like that. So, it comes in different forms, shapes, and sizes. So, it's a huge thing. All right. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're one of the best running backs in high school. You go to UT, one of the best schools. Mac Brown, one of the best coaches.
Yeah.
Get injured.
Yeah. Walk
me through that.
So, man, that's...
When you first find out that you, like, was it one play?
Yeah, it was one play. So, and it would go back to the bigger story. Yeah. So, Jordan Hicks, who was our linebacker, tore his Achilles before conference play. And so he was one of our guys that we were leaning on, one of our leaders.
Big 12 too. That's 12.
Yeah. And so he's in the training room rehabbing. And so I go over there, I'm talking to him. I'm like, well, how does it feel? And what was your thought process of going there? And what happened? Yeah. He was like, oh man, it felt like somebody kicked me in the back of the foot. And it was just one of those things. I wasn't even really moving. I was just dropping back a little bit in coverage, and it just popped. And I heard something pop. And so that was early on before we played K-State. Okay. And then so fast forward to West Virginia. Okay. We're moving. We're winning now. I think we were on a 6-game winning streak. Okay. Chris Whaley goes down. I think we had a couple other people go down, but Chris Whaley was our last big injury before me. He tore up his knee. And so it's like, man, we out here in West Virginia. We got a shot to continue to win and end up winning the Big 12. Like, let's make some stuff happen. And well, third quarter comes, and I'm moving. I'm getting my groove, moving the ball, catching the ball out the backfield, and we run a little flare out. Something we run at practice. I get out. Case throws me the ball. I get ready to take off, and boom. And it's like the crowd went silent, and the only thing that I heard was my Achilles pop. Okay. And so
you heard it.
I heard it pop. And so I slide down, and I'm like, man, why did our left tackle kick me in my foot? So I look back, and ain't nobody back there.
So nobody hit you?
Ain't nobody touched me. And so this was about to be a big game. I catching the ball. I'm looking. I'm like, shit, I'm about to hit it and go. Yeah. And boom, tear it. Look back, nobody's there. I'm like, I just tore my Achilles. Everything that
you already knew.
Everything that Jordan Hicks told me, I'm like, I just tore my Achilles. Can't move my foot. Granted, it's cold out in West Virginia. Can't move my foot. And Coach Chambers, who also tore his Achilles, well, he heard it when it popped to him. He already knew. So I'm sitting there saying, I tore my Achilles, and the doctor is like, oh, well, we don't know that. I'm like, I can't move my foot. Like, yeah, I think we know. So went back to the locker room, and he's feeling on my calf, and he's like, yep, it's torn. And so that walk back, and it's crazy how the mind works.
Okay.
I tore it. I know I tore it.
Yep.
On that walk back, I'm like, well, let me just put some heat on it. I'll be fine. That's what I told Mac. I was like, let me put some heat on it. I was like, let me put some heat on it. I'll be fine because I think it's just my calf. It's a knot in my calf. Let me get it out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, nah, I tore my Achilles. No, it's just a knot in my calf.
Because you want to compete. Competitive nature. Yep.
So I'm walking back, or I'm limping back, and you tore your Achilles.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn, my season over. Like, this is the season I was supposed to go and get 1,000 yards after Jay Charles.
Got to establish yourself.
Establish myself. This is my sophomore year. This is a breakout year for me. Yeah. I'm doing well. Yeah. Everything's going right. Yeah. And then I just tear my Achilles. My season's over with. And I was the last big injury of the season.
For UT.
So it was like, damn, I can't be out there with my boys and compete. Yeah. And now I got to crutch around on in this wheelchair and crutches and get surgery and sit out a whole year. Yeah. And ain't no telling how I'm going to recover coming back.
All right.
So now you get in your head and it's like, well, damn, my football career over. This is what they talk about. There's no more.
So you're just in your thoughts.
This is no more Johnathan Gray. This is what I'm going to do now. Like what I'm going to do after school. Mind you, I still got 2 more years of college.
Yeah.
And so in the short scheme of things, you're going to be fine. You're going to rehab. You still got 2 more years of college. Anything can happen. You can sit down and all this stuff. True. But I'm not thinking about that. Yeah. I'm like, man, it's pretty much over. Gotcha. Like 2 more years, I got to get my books right. I need to make sure I got everything in order because I'm done playing football.
Got it.
And so
it made it real.
It made it real. Yeah, it made it
like,
real.
Right, yeah, I see what you mean.
And so at the time, being young and, just out there young, you're single, the world is your oyster, right?
It really is.
So, and then that happens. It's like, man, no more Johnathan Gray. Can't help my teammates. I'm worthless. Like, what am I going to do now? Well, tear my Achilles, get surgery. Yeah. The team rallies around and, pick your head up, big dog. We're going to need you next year. And it's like, man, I'm really glad that I got my brothers with me because I could have actually got in a dark space, and my parents helped me a lot. And my wife, who was a friend at the time, she was there for mental support as well. And it's just like, okay, well, I got to get out my head. Let me rehab and let me sit and gather my thoughts and understand, like, people have my back. People care for me. So I do serve some purpose in this. So that happens. Come back strong, better, feel better, ready to go help my boys. And then fast forward, I tear my Achilles again. My senior, coming off my senior year. Okay.
This was under Coach Strong.
Coach Strong. And so back up a little bit. When I tore it, came back, Coach Strong comes in now. Okay. So it's like, all these injuries that you hear from these other schools of, this person was injured, he was a key piece to this school. Yeah. Then these coaches came in, and then he got pushed to the wayside, and they brought in all these other people. Yeah. So now I'm like, hold on, Coach Strong coming in, Matt gone, he left on some bad terms, and we have a good team, which we felt like we needed Mac, and he didn't need to leave. Okay. And so it's just like, well, I want to transfer. I don't.
He's ready to get out of there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up out of here before a bad situation turn worse, and I'm just sitting on the bench. Yeah. And then so I'm talking to my wife, who was my friend at the time. Like, I'm out of here. I'm transferring. Like, she was like, well, just weigh it out, see what's going on. You never know. Go talk to the coaches. And so I did that, and Coach Strong came in. We met all the position coaches and stuff, and it was, well, we're going to need you next year, Gray. We heard a lot about you. We like you on film. You're our guy. Got it. I'm like, okay. I'm injured, and they're telling me I'm the guy. Okay, well, let me get to work. Let me get healthy. So I get healthy and, starting running back and being one of the team's leaders. Yep. And we're doing okay. And then, some of our guys didn't really buy into Coach Strong's system. So I think in like 2 months, we kicked off 12 starters.
Dog, you want to know some funny shit? Our college coach, Larry Brown, came in the locker room. He said, I'm going to show y'all the Texas rules. Like, no guns, no drugs. Like, dang, that's how they living out there.
Right. And so Coach Strong come in. He wasn't playing no games.
Okay. Yeah. Strict.
And so, strict. But which was good in a sense, but at the same time, it was too fast, I think, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, I mean, he kicked off like 12 guys that could play and produce for us. Yeah. And so me and Malcolm are looking like, me and Malcolm go from, because that year, me and him rushed for 100-plus yards each in Oklahoma, which has never been done.
Really?
Yeah. So me and Malcolm pumped. We like, bro, we got this team. We can really do something next year, and we both can run for a G apiece. Yeah. And so we was like, man, let's go. Yeah. And then Coach Strong comes in, and then slowly but surely, people are out the door transferring. We scratching our head like, just don't touch that offensive line. just don't touch that offensive line. Yeah, these are boys. Yeah. And Kennedy Estelle, who was our left tackle, or right tackle. Okay. And Desmond Harris, who was our left tackle. I mean, absolute dogs. I didn't see these people, like, physically fight in the game under the rules. And we got Dom Espinoza, we got Kent Perkins, and we got Seth. Oh, my God. We had a line. Yeah. And then both of those guys go. So we like, hold on. And the reason why we felt uncomfortable because the guys that were under them didn't have the experience. Yeah.
They're just not ready.
They're just not
ready.
It don't
matter how big they are, strong, high school. They just
didn't have the experience. So me and Malcolm go from thinking like, we got this in the bag. We about to run for 1,000 yards to we're going to have to block and seal edges and middles because these guys really don't know what they're doing to protect the quarterback.
I got to help them.
So we got to turn from rushers to pass protectors. Which, do anything for your team. Yeah. But, the levels of going from excitement to,
blocking every time.
Blocking every time. Which you don't want to do that. We want to run the ball. That's what we're here to do. Yeah. We got to earn our scholarship.
True.
So that happens. Then Dom Espinoza gets hurt out for the year, his senior year. So it goes from rushing to, blocking to save the quarterback the whole year. And so, like you get in your head, you think back, you're like, man, we went from talking about how we going to rush, we about to go to the league, we about to do everything, and we setting up ourselves to do everything right, and then at a blinking of an eye, all of it turns into a disaster. And stuff that out of your control, you can't control it. So you looking like, dang, man, this is really life. It's time to grow up. Yeah. So, and then you go through that, and then we went through what we was going through with Coach Strong era, and then I tear my Achilles again at getting ready for a Senior Bowl in Bedford, Texas.
Oh, it was right here.
Okay. Pretty much on like almost the same thing. We're on special teams. Yeah. I go and get off a block, and I go to kick it, burst, and pow. So I stopped. Because at this point, I already know what an Achilles tear. Like, I heard it again. Yeah. Duke Thomas, who was our DB, he was standing right there. He was like, what was that pop? Coach is yelling at me.
Is that loud?
Why in the hell did you stop? What are you doing? I'm like, y'all didn't hear that?
I know what's going on.
I was like, y'all didn't hear that? And they're like, well, hear what? I just tore my Achilles. And, oh, my bad. They're like, oh, my bad. I'm like, yeah, that's why I stopped. Yeah. And so, and again, coming back, I'm healthy. I feel good. Coach, this is the time to show NFL scouts. Like, I can pass protect, I can catch out the backfield, I can play special teams. Like, this is my moment coming back from an Achilles tear. Got it. And I was talking to the Ravens scout and at the hotel the night before. And he was like talking about my Achilles tear, the turf and all that stuff. And we go out there and I tear my Achilles. I'm on crutches. And guess who I see walking on the field to see practice? The Ravens scout. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if you bad luck or what.
Hey, get out of here, man.
Get out of here. Yeah. But he was like, you just tore your Achilles again? I was like, yeah, I just tore the other one. It's like, oh man, best of wishes to you, whatever. So then I get healthy, do pro day and all that stuff. Yeah. And then I get invited to Giants rookie camp. Okay. So, it's like getting back to like, damn, I just tore my Achilles. Yeah. Here we go again. But at this time, it's like I already know the mental aspect of what's going to happen as far as physically getting ready. Recovery. And then I have my wife now, and then I have my parents. And so now it's just, I still have people in the Austin community that helps.
Okay.
So it's like I still have that foundation. Let me lean on that and get back to where I need to be.
Yep.
And so it's at the same time, it's just like, man, I just tore my Achilles. You know, in the NFL, it's numbers game. And I just tore my Achilles. I tore 2 Achilles. And now they're going to think I'm injury prone, which isn't really the case.
Got it.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So fast forward, do my pro day, do well at pro day.
Okay.
And the Giants, hey, we want you to invite you to rookie camp. So go to rookie camp, do well. They just drafted Wayne Goldman. He was I forgot what number he was, 41, something like that, or 22, something like that. Okay. He was pretty good from Clemson. Okay. Coming off a national championship. And I'm coming off an Achilles tear.
I see what you're saying.
Right, And then they just had another cat that was with me that was a free agent, Amadullah. Golly, his name started with a K. Can't think of it. Yeah. But he's just coming off a 1,000-yard season. Okay. So I go from Giants, rookie camp. Let me show what I got to They just drafted a running back who is pretty good. They're paying him money so that he ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Then they just got a cat who just rushed for 1,000 yards, which that's what they like.
So you see the politics
I see the politics starting to come in. So now it's just like, there goes that mental midget. It's like, well, what am I doing here? Mm-hmm. You already got your people. What am I actually doing here? Well, go out and do what you can do, and that's all you can do. True. Go out, have a ball, bust my butt, and they show me on the Jumbotron, like, hey, this is how you finish. This is hard working. Well, there you go, Gray. This is the effort that we need. So I'm like, okay, this might be something. I might get invited back to back to camp or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And 2 days in, mind you, we gotta memorize a playbook about this thick
in that short amount
of time. We get the playbook. That night at like 9 o'clock and have to know it by 6 o'clock in the morning for walkthroughs. Yeah. And it's like 5 protections, 20 run plays, I think 20 pass plays. Okay. And it's like 10 protections. Okay. And you got to remember everything in the key. Their cadence and all of the terminology is like F flank, YXM, BF, O2, something like that, right? Yeah. So it's like you got to remember all of that and not even necessarily get a shot. So the coaches put me in there. I'm learning the stuff and getting stuff down. It's like, okay, I can play in this league. Yeah. So let's go. Yeah. 2 days in. They're like, oh, well, thank you for your time. Mm. So I'm like, I just busted my butt for 2 days straight.
They probably knew.
You just patted me on my butt and you already knew this. Yeah. Like, what type of, we didn't expect you to do as well, and in situations like these, we typically bring in guys to be fillers. Mm. So I'm like, okay, now this is the big fish and the bigger pond.
You so see it for what it is.
See it for what it is. So it's like, okay, this is more than just football.
Yeah. Oh.
So right. So the naive person to me is just like, go in, play football. The stuff. This is easy. I've been doing this. Do it the right way. Yeah. Yeah, not so much, man. You got to learn some things, young buck. So after going through that and not getting a call back and then doing some stuff in the CFL and not getting a call back, it's just like, hey, now you getting married, you got a house, you need to find a job, sir. True. And so it's like, well, I've graduated from the University of Texas. I have my degree. I kind of know what I want, but at the same time, it's like you're like, okay, well. You feel a little rushed, but you're like, hold on, let me pull back, because they said they might call, but I need to find a job to.
So you expecting it?
I'm expecting. I'm busting my butt to get there. Yeah. My agent is telling me to hold on. Okay. I can't get not necessarily 9 to 5 just yet.
It might happen.
It might happen. I don't want to get into something and have to jump back out. Yeah. So I'm playing that game, tug of war. Yeah. And so at the time, bills don't stop.
Nothing stops.
Nothing stops. Life don't stop. So it's like, what do I do? I don't want to ask my parents for money because that's not how they raised me. Yeah. So I got to go out there and get it on my own. Well, luckily I found a gig that knows of me and knows UT players and knows how to they had some athletes that do the same situation. So I was like, yeah, let me get in there, and they helped me out a lot.
Okay.
And so it was just like one of those, okay, my wife, she wants to buy a house and she wants to start moving on with her life. She has her own 2 practices too, and she's a little bit older, so you're going to kind of have to follow her lead. Yeah. So it's like, man, I'm in this whole whirlwind of things I don't necessarily know. I'm kind of overwhelmed. Okay. Who do I talk to? What do I, because at this point, it's just all mental now. Like the physical aspect is there, but I need something to process each step that I'm taking and make sure I'm doing the right things to please my wife, please myself, and make sure I'm doing a good service actually to my fans as well, because you still have a following.
You got to keep them engaged.
Yeah, you got to keep them engaged. So it's just for a kid at the age of 24, graduating college, having setbacks happen to them at each door. It's like, what do you do at this time? So it's like, well, again, let me go back to that foundation. Yeah. Let me pray about it. Let me go to all those little things that got me here in this situation. Yeah. And make something out of it and continue to push forward step by step. Yeah. Each day. Yeah. So yeah, man, it was a whirlwind going through that, but it helped me grow as a grown man, or I say grown man, as a young adult. Yeah. And to understand how business side of things work, what to expect, what to look out for, and how can I help other people kind of set a path of going through the same situation I went through.
To be able to adjust and know what to expect.
Right, because my dad, he got to play in the NFL. Yeah. So I can't necessarily talk to him about how what I'm necessarily going through, because he doesn't fully understand. True. But he knows how
to an extent.
To an extent, right? Yeah. So it's like, well, I don't want to put all that burden on him, because I already know how he's thinking. Like, dang, my son, I know he's a hard worker. Like any parent, True. They want their kid to prevail, and when they see their kid working hard and things aren't working out for them, they try to take that upon themselves. They do. So I'm trying not to put that burden on my parents. So. Yeah. Like I said, let me go to that foundation and let me start observing and adjusting and talking to people. Yeah. And I think that's what we don't do as young adults. Okay. We're so scared to get out of our shell and go talk to people
about what it is you're dealing with.
About what it is we're doing. Regardless if they know what they're talking about or not, go out and talk to people, because it gets a burden off of you, and you kind of know what to expect and what areas that you need to grow in or whatever and learn. So yeah, man, it's been a process. But now, I like I said, went back to my degree. I'm like, you know what? If I was to play in NFL and retire tomorrow, what would I be doing? And that was training athletes and giving back to the community of Fort Worth eventually. So I was in Austin training athletes from Cedar Park to Westlake area, Lake Travis. And then I was like, you know what? We don't have necessarily what I'm doing per se in Fort Worth. We got trainers here and there, but we don't have somebody that's actually giving back and having these kids be accountable, responsible, and also teaching them things outside of their sport. True. I think that's the bigger part as molding a kid. Yeah, the talent's gonna be there. Them knowing how to cut, run, jump. That's not
easy. What they need to learn.
That's not what they need to learn, because eventually, when they're 45 years old, that comes to an end. True. And you're gonna have to learn how to raise a kid, how to do finances, how to be responsible, how to wake up and go to work, and how to take care of a family. Yeah. So that's a bigger picture than just you being with your teammates and having a brotherhood and playing ball. Yeah. So I was like, that's what I really want to go in the avenue that I'm taking. And it's been amazing, and just learning different avenues of where kids' mentality is coming from. Yeah. Kids from ODY mentality is different from Alito.
Totally different
right? And so you kind of bridging the gap of Alito. Let's come to this world and see how these kids are growing up. ODY, see how these kids come, and put them together, and you're like, oh, we're all going to the same common goal.
And everybody had, one thing I learned, like you said, just talking to people, everybody has similar struggles. Like, everybody not an athlete, but they dealing with something that they want to do that's not happening in the time frame that they want it to happen. Correct. So you wouldn't think they can relate, but they actually can.
Correct, yeah.
That's what I learned.
And that's like you said, that's everybody. Everybody goes through their different battles.
Yeah.
And to be closed-minded of other people's situation is it just destruction of a community and of a country. Yeah. We're all trying to get to that same common goal. We all want to help others and help people prevail and grow as a unit, as one, because that's how things move.
And that's how you grow.
And that's how you grow as a person. But for you to be closed-minded and closed off, you don't grow and you stay in your ways, and things are going to, life doesn't stop, so things are going to grow above you, and then you're going to be in this world of depression, and I don't fit in, and I need to, hop over here and fit in over here, which I don't necessarily know, but I'm going to just try to fit in, and that's destruction. You don't know, you're losing your place in life. Yeah. And so that's when the depression kicks in, and people want to kill themselves, and so I think talking to people and understanding other people's world is a big thing.
So like, I'm a God-fearing man. I know you're a God-fearing man, so just not having had the best relationship with my dad before he passed just really hit me, and I was like, man, like, I got to get all this stuff off my chest, like, regardless of how embarrassing it is that I feel like it is to talk about it, like, I have to get it off, bro. And I was like, the last thing I remember that my dad always just drilled into my head was like, try to seek God, like, cause you gonna try to seek the world, you gonna fail every time. Like, you just gonna come up short. You're gonna come up short, bro. And that really just hit home. And I'm like, all right, like, this is probably like what I need to be doing at this point in my life. And put everything on hold. It's like I tell myself, it's like luxuries that I can't afford at certain points in my life. I'm like, I can't afford to do it right now. Whether it's my time or money, like, it's just certain stuff I can't do. So I feel like we're gonna have to carry that torch in Fort Worth, bro. And it's a lot of people out there, you know what I mean, that are doing it, but like on a smaller scale.
On a smaller scale. Yeah. So and I was fortunate enough to, have the name that I had, and it carries some weight, and being in a place with Greg Scholars and Mike Dry, AP Ranch. That place is unbelievable. But they serve a great purpose. Yes, it's pretty, and you got your ranch style sports performance facility, and you got a lot of areas where you can do things. But the key foundation of, I think, their process is helping kids in the community grow outside of, like I said, their sport. Building classrooms, having tutors come in and help the kids in their class or wherever they're struggling, and bridging that gap of, yes, we got a lot of money to cater to the rich people. And we also have a lot of money to cater to the unfortunate and poor people. So let's bring them in. Yes, they can afford it, but let's bring them in for free and bring them and have them learn that there are different avenues and different ways that they can take, and just get back to the community and understand there's a bigger and broader scale than just where you are now. And so they're trying to reach out and help, and that's what I love. And so I'm fortunate enough to be in that situation. And help kids from different areas.
It's so, man, like, it's so weird that, like, just like I believe in the universe, bro, and like your thoughts, you can manifest stuff. It's so weird that you was at the gym that day. I was like, I had hit up Greg. I was like, can I use the gym? He was like, 10 to 2. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really want to go because I didn't have a trainer. And I was like, all right, I'll just go. It might be something there for me. And like, bye. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe in that stuff.
It's crazy, man. And I saw you this summer.
Yeah.
And really wanted to catch up because it's, and I always think of, where's this person now?
Oh, yeah.
And all these people that I played against, what are they doing now? Because I'm interested in, and it was good battling on the court and on the field, and they were good people, and so I really want to know where they are. And then, like, you came in, boom.
What you seek, you find, bro.
What you seek, you find. So it's like, oh, I was just thinking about Jordan. What is he up to? How's everything? So it's good to catch up. And stuff like that. So coming back to the gym, it's like, I just seen your podcast. I know that you're doing podcasts now. Yeah, whenever, and then when you came and approached me and said, hey, I would really like you on Pride. I was thinking that before you asked.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay. That's why I was so adamant. But I was like, yeah. Before you could even get it, I was like, yeah, whatever you need. That's so yeah, man. It's what you add, you'll see. Yeah.
True. So, all right. So 26 years old. Okay. Go back and speak to Johnathan at 7, 8 years old. Knowing like what you know now, everything that you done been through, like the highs and the lows. Yeah. Like you, because I see these young kids. Yeah. Like I went to my niece's kindergarten class. I'm like, man, like, tell me your name and tell me one thing about yourself. All the girls said, I don't want to say, I didn't really remember what the girls said. I'm a boy. So right. I watched all the boys and they all said, I want to go to the NFL, I want to go to the NBA. And I'm like, dang, like, not all of y'all are going to make it. Like, I'm just like, dang. So, if you could speak to just those young athletes that's like, okay, I want to go to the NFL. And that's really all they care about. That's all they care about.
And what's crazy about that, when I was 8 and playing for Hallmark, that was my first, when I was 8 years old, that was my first time playing Pee Wee football. Okay. And I was like, man, I suck. I was out there fumbling the ball, couldn't catch. And so, like, the NFL, me at 8 years old, at the NFL, whatever. I'm just trying to have fun with my boys and come out here and play. I was like, man, I suck at this. I suck at football. And then, like, I sprung my ankle, and I came back, and then all of a sudden, it was just like working with my dad. I was like, I got a little bit better. And then you grow, and it's like, you're actually pretty good. And then 7th and 8th grade, where you score every time you touch the ball, it's like
every time, man.
It's like
every time.
It's like, hold on, like I'm actually pretty good at this. So, and then fast forward to the career I had in the football world. Yeah. Now, and going back to talking to myself at the age of 8, it's like, be patient and don't think that the NFL is the only way. Like it's fast money if you're fortunate enough. There's only 3 people who make it to the NFL. The 1%ers of who don't get hurt and have a clean career and just like I said, barely injured, nicks and bruises here, but they're good and have the right path and right people in their corner to get them there. Then you have these people who are they walk into a room and they look like they need to be somewhere. And then you have, as Coach Greg says, you have the ones who eat rocks for a living. They eat rocks for a living while they're in free agency and don't have a place, don't have an agent, don't know where their next meal gonna come from, and they hungry. So it's like, man, that's what you have to be, and if that doesn't happen in your life necessarily, you're not gonna make it, and that's okay. Yeah, like that's just a small portion of your life. Yeah, you might make some millions here and there, but is a million really need to fit your lifestyle if you set it up properly throughout your life? You don't have to have $1 million lifestyle. You'd be fine being $1,000 there, but having a good family, a good foundation, and making sure your bills are paid and your kids are good and your life is good. That's okay. You don't need millions necessarily for that. So, going back to them, strive for something better. Get your education. Wherever it is, get your education. Observe where you're going, the places that you're, and talk to people. That's how you grow. That's how you continue to grow and understand that, football, what I do now can potentially be a hobby, and I can get some money there, but this is what I really want to do. This is the most important thing in life. This is what I want a community to look like. This is where I want to be in life and how I want people to help and raise my kids when I get older. So that's what I would tell.
I feel it.
My younger self, and the kids that I train now, the 8-year-olds that think, I'm the next Odell Beckham, or I'm the next this, that, and the third. No,
like you got to go through the ranks.
Be your own person, man. You don't know what God has in store for you, and don't be in a situation to where you think, I'm solely going to the NFL, and when things get turbulent and start to happen, you like, I don't know what to do.
It changes.
It changes quick, and you not being prepared for that, it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna lead you to a world of destruction, and it's gonna put you in a dark place. So understand your purpose and what you want to do in life.
And then, so I appreciate you saying that. I always say, like, it's it's more than one way to skin a cat. So we all looking at it like, okay, I want to be the star on the field. But you could be the coach, the owner. Like, you could be in a management position, but nobody see that. Nobody look at it like that. Granted, there are some guys who do. Like, I was on a team with plenty of guys who were like, I want to coach. And, like, they went and they played hard and they got their degree and they got their foot in the door. But nobody sees it that way. Like,
you talk about being coaching professional, collegiate career, and that thing is short too. Just like everybody's trying. It might look good and it's a little bit longer, and a little bit more security. But coaches come and go too.
They do.
So
I have
5.
Right. I have 5 coaches, bro, in college. Every year, almost.
Every year, yeah.
Like, what is going on?
I had 3 offensive coordinators. I had 4 position coaches, 2 head coaches.
Man,
it just changed. So, man. Yes, you can. Yes, you can play, but there's so much bigger things you can coach. You can train. You can actually train and be more of an impact as a trainer, because you don't have any restrictions. Coaches in college and high school, coaches have restrictions.
They do.
With their players. You as a trainer, you can be year round with these kids. You can actually put your stamp on it. So, in my opinion, and that's how I look at it. But that's the mindset of how, like, let me not be the player. Let me, see above the player. And man, you gotta have that thought process, and that helps. I think that helps you a lot, because when I got to high school, I was like, the NFL is, and granted, I had both my parents. So
which is big.
Which is huge,
a big deal,
because some of the kids are like, I want to go to the NFL. When you look at their parent structure, it's like mom is a one-parent mom, dad. There's no structure in the house. So I get that. I understand that. But for me to have 2 parents, it's like my parents taught me to get my education, learn, and understand sports isn't necessarily the only way. So me being in high school, they kept drilling that into my head. And then you look at older people, and then you look at the guys in the pros that are going bankrupt and broke because of what they didn't know. What my parents are telling me. It's like I might need to take this to heed and actually put this into some use.
That's true.
So I was like, you know what? The NFL is great, but what do I want to always see myself? So it was always, I want to coach, or I want to actually train. I can see myself training. I can see myself being an administrator. I can see myself teaching. At one point, I wanted to teach.
And you can, bro.
Exactly.
You really can.
You really can. So, but at the end of the day, the common goal was, how can I be of service to somebody's life to help them grow? True. And so I was like, yep, that's exactly what I do. Like, I seen my parents do it. My mom's a social worker.
Okay.
My dad was cleaning toilets and a coach, and he played in the pros and stuff. So I seen my dad through his ups and downs. I seen my mom through their ups and downs. So it's like, okay, I get it. It's not going to be an end. The world doesn't necessarily end when things get bad.
True. Oh, no.
So it's like, I'm glad I had that structure in my family, in my presence, and my parents was a big key. And now my wife, she's been amazing. So it's one of those things. So I've been very blessed.
Yeah, I didn't really. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize, like, a lot of the guys we played with didn't have both parents.
Both parents, right? And looking at that, my dad helped out a lot with the Hallmark track team, with the Hallmark football team, and even with the basketball team. When I was playing with Fort Worth Soldiers and TG Express, and then Texas Assault. Yeah, it was my parents always gave and was any filler to it. If you needed water, hey, go get the water. If you needed food, go get the food. If you needed jerseys clean, clean the jersey. So it's like my parents showed me how to give back to others and not necessarily want, but give to people who need. Just good things will come to you.
That's true.
And so that was, and the kids that didn't have one parent, they were always at my house eating up all the food. I'm like, dang, man, let me get some. I'm hungry too. Yeah. But it was like, man, come on, man. Don't starve. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, come spend the night.
Yeah.
Or let me spend the night so you don't sleep alone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, be that person that you can always talk to and lean on. So it's like, and then looking back, I'm like, man, I'm truly blessed because you don't have both your parents, or your mom just died or your dad just died, and now there's a single parent in the place. So it's like, man, how can I help? True. I'm here to help at a young age. But
that's true. And you've always been like that.
So it's like, man, come on. Yeah, I've seen it, and now it's dealing with people with 2-parent homes and people with 1-parent homes. It's like, well, let me help you see different avenues and different ways of how life. Because yes, it sucks now, but when you get older, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's growing up and seeing that stuff, and us playing against each other. Yeah, we seen a lot and been around a lot of people like that. So it's like I said, it's been a blessing.
Yeah. And it happened fast, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did. 26 years old already.
But I believe, Jay Gray, I believe that life gets better as you get older. Yeah. To a certain extent, it's just like some stuff, one, you don't understand it when you're young, and two, you can't. If you don't understand it, you can't experience it the right way. Right. It's like the bad times you had to go through for you to be able to understand them now.
Yeah, so. It's a different, like you said, it's. As you get older, it gets better, and it does if you continue to stay with your morals and your foundation, and continue to grow as a person. It does get better, and then like shoes at a certain point. Like if you're not a shoe fanatic or want to own your own shoe shop, and you're like, oh, I want all the Jordans, and that stuff comes to an end. Like, that's not important anymore. Not at all, yeah. So you grow and get better.
Who was you rocking with in that Super Bowl?
I was going for the 49ers.
Really?
Yeah. Nice. I was going for the 49ers. Okay. I thought they were the most explosive team.
Yeah. They looked like it when it was 20-10.
20-10. But at the same time, it's like if I'm a coach, I'm telling my team, looking back in their play, the Chiefs' history leading up to it, it's like, these fools keep coming back.
Oh, that was their whole season.
We got a 10-point lead. Hold on.
And they was celebrating. Right. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
I was like, hold on. We got a 10-point lead. We ain't safe. So they come tell, hey, we not safe, fellas. Yeah. We need to put some extra points on the board. Let's get this thing. Let's keep the foot on their throat and keep smashing. Yeah. And you see some turnovers here, some stalled out drives. Mm-hmm. And it's like, here it goes. This is what always happens. Yeah. And now you let that foot off of their throat and bye-bye, Pat Mahomes.
You like Mahomes?
Yeah, I like Mahomes. Yeah, I know I played against him I played against him. He was at Tech when I was at Texas. Okay. And we didn't really get the full effect of it because Quandre came on a blitz and knocked him out.
Did he?
Oh. So he didn't. He got knocked out. But seeing him play in the pros, it's like, whew. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't necessarily. I'm glad that was it because he would have torched us.
Yeah, yo, who is one person that just lit you up?
Oh man,
that you remember, like you vividly remember.
Man, we was playing Oklahoma.
Okay.
Red River rivalry. Ooh. Freshman year, and this is the talk of the town. Talk of the century. This is the game.
Oh, that's the Super Bowl.
So. And it's like, I didn't play it against Kenny Vaccaro. I didn't practice against Kenny Vaccaro. Okay. Chris Whaley. Okay. Jackson Jeffcoat. These the big dogs.
Beast.
These the big.
Jeffcoat.
Dorsey. All these the big dogs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So getting hit at practice for them, if I could take they hit, especially like Kenny Vaccaro came on a blitz one time in practice, man, he hit me so hard. My clamps unbuckled. My chin strap was up my nose. I'm like, I weigh more than this cat, and he came on full blitz and just almost knocked me out. Yeah. So I'm like, if I can take that, I can take anything. True. Well, fast forward to Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Man, we power play. Gresham, their defensive end at the time. Okay. Our guard missed the block. Oh. Boom! Face mask bent. My right side of my eye, I was like, I think I'm blind because I hit him, and then we had a guard, Mason Walters, who was like 6'6", okay, 300 solid 15 pounds. I mean, just big. So I got hit by Gresham, who's a big old defense end by 290, 6'6" maybe. And then I'm just hitting these brick walls. I'm like, man, am I built for this? Because this hurt. I don't think I'd take too many hits like this. Yeah. But that was the hardest hit I've ever been hit. Been hit before, and it was like, all right, all right, here we go, freshman. Wake up. Get your butt together.
I feel you.
So man, that was the hardest hit I've ever been hit. He bit my face mask and everything.
Okay, so man, we got like 5 minutes left, honestly, bro, and I done been talking about. I honestly just want to give you the floor.
Yeah, man, it's
whatever you want to talk about, whatever you know.
Well, I mean, how I know you said you're getting ready to head out for your career. How's that?
It been a lot of ups and downs, man. Like coming out, I did summer league with the Hawks, so in my head I was like, all right, about to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? It's about to all work out. I was a filler. Like you said, like I didn't even know, like
it's naive.
I was a filler.
You're like, shoot, they asked me, so it must be something, right?
I'm a filler, so that didn't work out, and now I'm starting to enjoy overseas. You know what I mean? So it's not like the NBA is out of my head, but like even just being here doing this, like I'm trying to set up my life after basketball, bro. Yeah, and I just enjoy that I'm still able to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If it happens, I would love for it to happen, bro. Then at the same time, like I would also love to be able to say, like, yeah, like I did it. Like you said, I went to college, I got my degree, I finished, I played at the highest level against the highest competition, and I was able to change my life and still be successful at something.
Right. So you always got something to talk about, and you know what it takes. So like I mean, I like this podcast, man. I like entertainment. So who knows where to go? Like I did a little bit of like broadcasting. So. Who knows where to go, man? But there you go. I see you on ESPN talking about the Lakers versus the Hawks.
I mean, I like talking about basketball, but then I also like talking about like real life, like
life stuff,
events and stuff like that I feel like it's not really like spoken of. So
I feel that. Yeah.
Just that, man. Yeah. Just giving people, because it gives other people a voice for me to be able to talk about stuff.
And that's the key, man. And it goes all back to, you say, oh, you got to have a plan A and a plan B.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, hold on. Your plan A can actually be your career when you're 50 years old, and your plan B can actually be your hobby like sports. So,
I could always hoop, bro. It's never stop.
I'm out there playing basketball.
Yeah.
I ain't picked up a ball, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
But I'm out there playing basketball and picking up games, and I'm out there running around on the field and stuff. So playing professional or getting paid for it comes to an end maybe, but me being out there and teaching and showing, and I can always do that. So and get paid for it.
True.
So man, it's bigger. Sports is just so minute.
Are we gonna get the Johnathan Gray autobiography?
I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was I've been sitting to myself and just thinking and just like writing stuff down.
Yeah.
And it's like always been a thing of mine to like speak, I guess, upon my adventures and life struggles and ups and downs, and being here and where I'm at now, and just giving back. But then at the same time, I'm like, man, people tired of hearing about you. They didn't heard about you for so long.
They not.
Tired of hearing about
that too.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
They not, man. They want to know what you're doing.
They want to know what you're doing. So it's like, and me being, I'm kind of an old soul, so like. Technology and being on social media and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. It's like, I watch videos and stuff, but it serves more of a purpose. So I'm watching videos to see how I can get this person better in his or her sport, or what's new about learning about the body, or something like that. And then
there's a lot of BS on
right.
It's more BS.
Yeah, it's more BS than anything. So, and then kids come and be like, "Oh, can you film this so I can be on it?" I'm like, "Well, that's your resume is your film. The coaches care less about what you do with this trainer.
All these videos, highlight videos, training.
Right, they want to see what you can do when there's 101,000 fans and you get smacked in the mouth. Where's the footwork now? So, it's been hard, but it's just coming back and getting into the youth world and having to post and do all that stuff. So it's new. It's new for me.
I feel you. I would encourage it.
Right. It's just like, okay, I gotta find the initial itch to actually like give it, because I like talking and giving my insight.
Yeah. People want to hear it, bro.
Yeah, people. Yeah,
people had somebody had to remind me that, because I was like, man, like like you just said, nobody want to really hear about.
Nobody want to hear me talk. He tired of Johnathan Gray. He ain't talking about nothing.
Not, man. They not, bro.
So yeah, man, it's always been a thought of mine. So who knows? Maybe
I'd encourage it, bro, because like, I mean, you definitely know what this feels like after having like just a good game. You know what I mean? And you just see those fans like they waiting with anticipation. Right. Like,
oh my gosh, let me. Can I shake your hand? Can I get autographs? But I'm like, I'm not that the person like this. You know, there's no star behind my back. Like I'm just like you, man.
Yeah.
Let's go out and go to a birthday party and shoot around and talk about just life.
Think about what that'll do for
you,
man.
So it's like it's hard to feel like, oh, this person really views me as like a role model, and sees me in a bigger a light. Yeah. So it takes time to get used to, but yeah, it's an interesting thing. Yeah. And like I said, he's still growing. I'm still growing and living life and learning.
Jay, great, man. Any last words? We got to wrap it up.
Oh man, it's good seeing you, man, and it's good talking about just life in general and mental health, and just giving some insight of where people can learn from and see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and pray on it. Lean on God when you need to.
There it is. Are you happy with the current state of UT football?
Oh man, that's just yes. We the University of Texas, man. We got so much talent that leaves Texas and goes to other places.
OU.
And then OU and Alabama and Clemson and all that.
I like that, bro.
It's like, why can't these people that are in the NFL and the top of the cream of their crop, they all in Texas, man. Yeah. Well, how are they missing Austin? So
I say they recruiting hard.
I think for us to be a lot more successful, we have to recruit more so interior, offensive line, defensive line. Okay. And then the athletes
build outside.
Because looking at how OU and the Clemsons and the Alabamas, all they recruit is offensive linemen first, and then the skill guys will follow. Okay. But right now, I'm liking the recruits that we have and the direction that we're going to. And we got Sam back there who's a beast, so we can keep that guy healthy and get the young quarterbacks up to par for when he leaves. I think we'll have a good team that compete on a bigger scale. So, man, my boys got to get back right, and we got to get back on it because what do we make? 1.11 billion. Yeah. We lead in the nation. So I mean, we gotta put rings and get back to where that Texas used to be.
I remember
them
that
Woody Dogs, where everybody wanted to go, and Texas was a force to reckon with. Because when Texas is winning, it's a college football is enjoyable to watch. True. So I think we're getting back to that stage slowly but surely. Okay. But yeah, man, we gotta get a little bit more girth, and so a little bit more dog mentality. Okay. And we're gonna be good. Tom Herman's doing a good job up there. So I like the coaches that we have, and man, we can
still go to the games.
I go to some games when I try to make it, but now it's just so busy with training.
I get it.
I'm going to high school games and middle school games. Watch my kids. Right. See them perform outside of training and whatnot, and enjoying the fruits of their labor. So it's labor. So I'm trying to get back more involved in UT. Okay. As much as I can.
Got it.
Yeah.
Catch you on the rebound.
Yes,
Johnathan
sir.
Gray, we out.